heartland of America and coast to coast. This is EM Student with Professor Dan Scott.
Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. Muhammad Ali. Good morning. Welcome to EM Student. I am Dan Scott. Today we are just going to do just a brief overview of a few programs for college degrees, certificates, and other items that could help with your professional development. But before that, today's Veterans Day, so I want to take a minute just to say thank you to those who have served, those who continue to serve. I am blessed to know many who have served. Our producer Brian served. Todd DeVoe has served. So thank you to them. Reach out to if you know a veteran, reach out to them personally and say thank you. Saying thank you just on your Facebook or on your LinkedIn, that's great, but let them know individually. Let them know that you appreciate their service. Also like to thank those that serve us every day as our first responders and such, that many of them are veterans. So just keep that in mind as you go about your day. Today is Veterans Day. We honor them and we thank them for their service. As I mentioned, I want to like to talk today about some programs. So over the last weeks, we've talked about many programs that are out there, degree programs from different universities, colleges, and institutions that could help you benefit yourself, really, in building a professional resume and learning the industry of emergency management, homeland security, and how to do things better. As I've mentioned multiple times, you do not have to have a degree in emergency management to be an emergency manager. It's how you apply it. Taking what you've learned and applying the skills of emergency management into what you've decided to do for your career. Now, there's so many different avenues in which you can apply emergency management. And so we're not going to get into all of that. But what I want to get into is, let's talk about those who may not or have not decided whether or not they want to go back and get a degree or a certificate, or they have a degree and they just want to learn more about emergency management. And before they decide whether or not they're going to go get a degree, get a certificate, or a letter of recognition for that. There's a program, and I've talked about it many times. It's through the Emergency Management Institute online, the independent study. And there is a way that you can go through there and take those courses and get college credit for it. So there is, if you go on to the independent study site and you're looking at the courses, if you look to the right, you click on it and it will tell you what other classes you take in conjunction with that specific independent study course. And if you take those courses along with that course, you can apply for college credit. And it's accredited, it can be accepted, but you can eventually get a degree, a certificate, or a letter of recognition from Frederick Community College, which is there in Frederick, Maryland, which is just a few miles away from the Emergency Management Institute. It's a fully accredited community college, but they have different tracks you can take. One of them is you can do it in service. So you get your college credits transferred from EMI. You've gotten your college, you get them transferred into credit, and then you go to Frederick Community College, and you can take the courses and the modules, and you can get your grades, and it transitions to a degree. There's two tracks. One of them is in person, where you go in resident to that course, and there's others where you can do it. Another one where you can do it online. So you go online, and you do them the same way. Modules, you got to test for it. You have to be proctored. I mean, it's legitimate. You got to be proctored. You got to get graded. And then you can eventually work your way through to get an associate's degree. There is also what they call a emergency management certificate. So you along the same lines, you go through there, do the IS, and then you can go through there and look at the recommendations, the steps you need to take, the things you'll have to do to accomplish that, and you can get a certificate in emergency management. At the lowest level, there's what they call a emergency management professional development letter of recognition. And that's a stepping stone. So if you're not sure at this point, you just want to dip your toe in the water to kind of get a taste for emergency management, do some of the training online, get an understanding for what it is, go this route, do some of the courses, do the portion, put in your stuff, and you'll get a letter that recognizes you for doing those things, so that it helps you build towards that credibility that you're looking for, but also helps you build in the profession internally. You get an understanding. Is this something I want to do or not? And it's a way to get started. But there are hundreds now of degree programs throughout the country, in the world ultimately, but here in the country, there are over 200 degree programs, associates all the way up through doctorates. And depending on what level you are, just as I said, you don't have to get a degree in emergency management. I mean, it depends on where you are in your career. But there are 64 associate degrees out there in emergency management, homeland security, 114 bachelor's degrees, 121 certificates, 115 master's degrees, and there are 12 doctoral programs out there. Now, depending on what level you are in your career, depending on what level you are in your decision to transition or continue on and better yourselves in this profession, there's different aspects. And it doesn't. I'm giving you the programs that are in emergency management, homeland security, but as I already said, it's not necessary to do what we do. It's how you apply it. So if you go on there, go check out Frederick Community College to their program. You can kind of get a step by step of everything you have to do, from getting the IS courses, getting the credits transferred, starting the program, to potentially getting a degree, certificate, or a letter of recognition of some sort. The concept that I want to kind of preach to you today is we want to learn, we want to grow, and then we want to teach it to others. And I've been real big on pushing mentoring over the last several weeks, and I'm going to continue on that. I think it's a passion that is growing in me to not only develop as a mentor myself and find mentors to help me do that, but to help others find mentors to help them do what they want to do. And it doesn't have to be in emergency management. I mean, I will help find mentors for those who are just seeking to grow and better themselves. As I've said many times, growing professionally and personally is something that I want to help invest into other people. So go check out. But also, I want to mention, as I start to wrap up here, the concepts that we teach and we push out, we need to practice. And as I opened up, service to others is kind of a concept of all those. It's a mindset. It's a daily practice that we do as emergency management professionals. It's what we do as we serve. And when you decide you're going to enlist in the military, you're signing on for service to others. When you decide you're going to be a first responder of any type, you're signing on for service for others. So these are things we got to think in that mindset, change our mindset for service to others. What are we doing? How are we building ourselves so that we can build others, so that we can serve others, so that we can potentially grow ourselves and build. While we are investing in others, we're growing too. We're learning from them as they learn from us. And it's a selfless action. It's a selfless mindset that we have to get into when it comes to what we do every day. Emergency management, that's why I fell in love with it. It is an all-encompassing profession. I get to work with so many people. I get to work with every response industry. I get to work with every planning industry. I get to invest in and build community. I get to invest in and build people. And that's what I encourage you to do. If you're really seriously looking at this as a career option, or if you are in this career and you are looking to better yourselves, I highly encourage you to do that if you're not already. And if you are, continue to build yourself, make yourself better, and build the best you can for the community that you serve and the jurisdictions that depend on you. So as I begin to wrap up here, I just want to say, check out the Emergency Management Growth Initiative website. They are going to be hosting, myself amongst them, the International Association of Emergency Managers Conference is next week, and we will be hosting a 2-night kind of a networking group. So check out that website, Emergency Management Growth Initiative. If you are going to be on those calls, I look forward to seeing you. Also, look into the conference. I mean, there's things there that you may learn. It's only 3 days this year. It's a low cost. If you're going, I hope to see you there. Hope to be able to connect with you as we do that next week and we learn and grow together. I also want to say to remind everybody that tomorrow, Thursday, tune into EM Weekly and Todd DeVoe at 9 a.m. in the morning. Watch him, stream him later. There's going to be some good information on there as well. We're actually going to have the founder of the Emergency Management Growth Initiative on the show to discuss that initiative and also discuss professionalization of emergency management and how we can better do that moving forward. So I want to leave you with this. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Martin Luther King Jr. I am Dan Scott. I'll talk to you soon.